Hi guys, it's Nicole here again with Mommy Tips by Cole, and this video is going to be about potty training tips. And I'm going to apologize in advance if this is a lengthy video, only because I have a lot of information or just tips and ideas that I jotted down that I wanted to make sure to include in this video to share with you that have helped me in potty training my two eldest. And my eldest is 3.5 and she's fully potty trained for a little more than a year now, and my middle daughter is 2 years old, about 27 months, and she's in the process of just finishing up her potty training. She's pretty much potty trained in the day, and she wears some pull-ups at night or during her naps or when we're out in the car on the road. Being that I'm going through it again, I wanted to share pretty much what I'm going through right now with her and what has worked for me with my eldest. And as far as potty training boys, I've heard it's a little bit different. I don't know. I have yet to experience that, so I'm sorry I can't give you any tips on that yet until I go through that probably next year. With my eldest, she pretty much was introduced to the potty maybe around 15 months. She just didn't have much interest in it other than to sit on it. It wasn't until she was about 2.5 or about 32 months exactly when she did her first pee-pee in the potty. And of course when that happened, I was super excited. She picked it up really fast. Probably within that first week she was already doing her number 2s even in the potty. Currently with my daughter Maliya, she was interested in it really early. Total opposite of Emelyn, and I think that's mainly because she would see her big sister going to the potty all the time. She went pee-pee in the potty for the first time at 20 months, a lot earlier than Emelyn, and from that she would just go occasionally. And now that she is 26 months, she has been fully actively potty training. My two girls were different in potty training, and so I tried different things actually with each of them that I'm going to share with you all. So the first thing I wanted to mention, really, I think that there's really no right age to start them. You know, if you read books and websites, ask your doctor, I mean, everybody will say something different or other experiences from other people, but and I've read that there is an ideal window to train them. I think you should just pretty much read the signs of your baby. Of course, you know your baby the best. I think you should introduce the potty pretty much a little early on, maybe 15 months or 1.5 years, or whenever you think that would be a good time. And I'll show you the potties that I had. The first one that I got was actually this one. This one's pretty cool because it has music.
Did it.
Yeah, it has like these little phrases and it lights up, but you know what, with Emelyn, she got scared of this at first, so I didn't put the music on for a long time till she was, yeah, it's a little scary, until she was older. So I used it in our powder room, and then I realized, oh my gosh, when we're upstairs, like what about at night, you know, I'd have to run downstairs. So I went out and I got this potty. Actually, it converts to a step stool, if you can see underneath. So definitely if you have 2 bathrooms, get 2 potties. You have, especially if you have up and downstairs, you don't want to be going downstairs all the time to take them to the potty. So introducing it early on would just kind of get them familiarized with what the potty is and sitting on it. And a great tip is to bring them every time you go to the bathroom when you first introduce it to them, just so that they, can see you go and just get an idea. And that's how my girls pretty much, well, that's how my eldest pretty much learned, is just from watching me, and then my youngest pretty much learned from watching her big sister. Don't waste your money on getting pull-ups right away. I didn't go out and buy pull-ups right away until they were really actively potty training, because it's just a waste. And if you don't know already, pull-ups are a lot more pricier than regular diapers. And just to make it fun for them, introduce just cleanliness habits, and by that I mean when obviously after they go potty they need to wash their hands, so you gotta try to get like a fun soap, and this is soft soap. It actually is a foaming soap when you press on the lever, and they love Dora, and this makes it fun for them to wash their hands. We actually got this last week at the dollar store. It's just a Princess soap dispenser, and you could just put any soap that you already have at home. This is an inexpensive way to make it fun for them. They'll definitely need a step stool. So this is one step stool that we got Princess themed. You can find this anywhere, Target, Walmart. And of course they need the step stool to, you know, assist them in washing their hands. They still might be too short to reach the faucet, but at least this gives them, you know, enough height so that they can get their hands under the running water to wash their hands. This is another great two-in-one product because it's like this initially as a knee stool when you bathe your baby, and then when it's time to use it as a step stool when they're a little bit bigger, you just press the levers and flip it over, and it's a step stool. So yeah, get lots of use out of this. I use this upstairs, and then the Princess one we use downstairs. And another thing I think is important is not to force them to go potty, just more so remind them. I would always ask my daughter, both of them, I'd always ask, do you have to go potty? You want to go sit on the potty? Or like every time I would go, I would bring them to the potty, and if they sit there and they don't end up not having to go, it's fine. You know, just tell them, okay, good job, you know, maybe next time. So for my eldest, it didn't really click until months and months after she would start sitting on the potty. And then finally one day I would always say, you want to sit in the potty? You want to go to potty? And then one day she just finally peed in the potty. I was so over the moon about it. I was so excited. And you know, when that happens, you know, it will happen, and you know, just be patient with it. And you know, I think for them, one day it will just click. I mean, you might think, oh my god, are they ever going to go to potty? Am I waiting too long? Like, are they behind? And it's not so much about being behind or ahead of any other kids. It's just that when they're ready, they will go. So, and with my other daughter I just mentioned, she just finally one day clicked to go regularly. She did her first potty really early on, but to go regularly all the time. And for her, I actually would put her, when she finally was actively potty training, I did a different approach, totally different approach. I put her in underwear every day during, you know, after she would wake up, and always remind her to go to the potty. And within that week, she just picked it up just like that, and then was just wearing the pull-ups during naps or at nighttime or when we're out in the car. But when they do finally go and are going regularly, just, you know, always praise them and tell them, oh, you're a big girl, you're a big boy, or whatever words of endearment that you use with your kid to praise them, to make them feel, you know, that they're doing a great job. Is very important. You know, my kids would get really excited when they would go, because I would just be, you know, like practically jumping up and down for them. And another thing that I use with my eldest and continue to use with my second daughter is a potty chart. This is a great positive reinforcement tool. I just picked this up at the dollar store. It's like 2 charts for one, and they're normally like a job chart. But I converted it into a potty chart. This was actually Emelyn's 5th potty chart. And what I do is, you know, I just make these little graph lines and just little boxes. And every time they would go potty, I would just let her pick out a sticker. And then I would write number 1 or number 2 and the date, just for myself, just so I have record of how many times they're going and if they did their number 2 in the potty. But that's just what worked for me. And then I'll show you here, I actually am using the potty chart too for Maliya, and I taped it up on the sliding door only because I don't want to tape it up on the wall or anything, or the refrigerator. So that's a great tool. And then I always keep in our little cabinet here just any type of stickers. I mean, I've used Dora stickers, princess stickers, you know, from the dollar store, and just make it fun. And they get really excited every time they would go to the potty. Like, oh, I wouldn't even have to remind them that it's time to get sticker for your potty chart. They would just get up, wash their hands, and then run directly to the potty chart to pick their sticker. And it's just really fun. And you know, just be consistent with it, because also another thing with this, I would always give some type of reward every time they would fill up a straight line. I would give them some type of reward, and nothing really extravagant or expensive. Either it would be like a favorite snack that they love that we would pick up when we're out in the store, or maybe like a little dollar toy item, or just something that, you know, just a small like token, just to praise them for and reward them for doing great jobs. So really an inexpensive way, and I've seen all different types of potty charts, you know, but this is just one that I just made for them and has worked for I would always make it a big deal when it's time to use big girl underwear or big boy underwear if you have a son. We would go out and pick out you know, some underwear of their favorite characters, and they just love that. And as far as number 2 goes, that might take a little while longer for them to pretty much conquer. Just be patient with it. I know for me, I would just keep reminding, you have to go poo-poo in the potty, you have to go poo-poo in the potty, and like at first when they started going pee in the potty, they wouldn't go number 2 right away. Just keep reminding them, and you know, eventually they will conquer that, and you will be even super excited when they do. This is a great tool to have. This is a potty seat, and it has like a foam, and you just put it, and then they sit on top of the regular toilet and hold the little handles here. It's not any particular brand, but I know there's character ones at Target and Walmart that you can find anywhere. This is a great tool. Definitely, I think this is a must-have, especially for transitioning onto the big potty. So, and even my daughter is already, she showed early interest in sitting on the regular toilet, and she even, when she goes to the potty, she just gets this herself. We just have it sitting on a certain area, and she puts it on. She puts her step stool underneath the toilet so she can climb on to the regular toilet. So obviously the step stool serves another purpose, especially when they're using the regular toilet. And another tip when you're going out and about, I would always make sure to let them go right before we leave, before we leave the door, not like 5-10 minutes before we leave, like right before we leave, just so that their bladder is already emptied out and they're not like sitting in the car 2 minutes out of the driveway like, I gotta go to the potty. So always make sure to let them go right before you leave, just so that they already have gone, and then maybe wherever you end up going, then they will go you know, once you get to your location. Another tip for public restrooms. Oh, public restrooms just, you know, really, you know, I don't even like going in public restrooms, so more so having to have your kids sit on the toilet, and you want to make sure you have sanitary items to use for them. I usually use disposable potty seat covers. I ran out and I'm having trouble finding some more. I've gotten them at Burlington and Target, so I had to go purchase this, and this is a reusable potty seat, and I found this at Burlington also, and you know, it just unfolds like that and has this little foam, and you just put it on top of the toilet. The only down part about it, you know, is that, you know, it's just, I think it's just, I didn't want to get this in the beginning because I just thought it was really gross, like after having been on a public toilet, you know, you really gotta wash this down, sanitize this really, I mean, this is clean right now, but yeah, that's just a gross part about afterwards. In situations where I don't have any of these tools on me, I normally use, you know, those heavy duty paper towels that you have to dry your hands with that are in the public restrooms usually. I will grab a bunch of those instead of the toilet paper, because the toilet papers are really super thin, and then you would have to line it so much, and it just takes forever, and maybe by the time that you line it, they're already going in their underwear or pull-ups. So I would always grab like the thick paper towels and use those to line the toilet, just in case I didn't have this or the disposable potty seat covers. That's just another trick that I picked up along the way. So last but not least, you know, each child is different. You know, like I said, there's no really right age to do it or right or wrong way to go about it. And these are just tips, you know, that have helped me with my 2 kids, and I wanted to, you know, jot them down all for you and share them with you all. And I really hope that at least some of the things that I've mentioned will help you on your journey of potty training your son or your daughter. And if you have any questions, comments, or even your own suggestions of what has worked for you, please put them in the comments down below, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I would love to even get any video responses from you. I mean, share with other mothers that probably watching this video right now. I mean, I'm sure they would love to see what works for you as well, because everybody has their own methods or ways that have worked for them, and maybe one of those methods from you guys will help another mother out there that's watching this video right now. So with that said, thanks again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.